if Bitcoin is the digital gold, then Ether is what in your mind?
It's a digital oil. And that's what's going to run
Digital oil. Okay,
is.
extrapolate. Give me more on that.
So think of it, Ed, like you have gold, which is as a saving currency, which you use. But think about how oil is running everything. It was always supposed to be a gas, ETH as a gas to run products on top of Ethereum. And that set up Ethereum as a technology layer. And if you want to build, as you just talked about Base and said you love Base, anything which is working on Polygon, working on Optimism, building on building on Base, ultimately all those layer 2 at the end settles on ETH and on Ethereum, and then use the currency ETH as the gas price, which is the oil. So it's basically you can create as many cars as possible. You need to have the same fuel, which is Ethereum out there.
There's basically like three things you have to untangle. There's like the live market action or pricing on Bitcoin, or in this case, Ether, right? And then in the middle is the underlying technology, which we'll debate. And then the third is trying to track the relationship with the two. And I think, like, when I think about Shonali's chart, the lead up to spot Bitcoin ETF approval, Bitcoin hit new records, right? Ethereum, which we're showing right now, has had an astonishing run up in recent days and weeks. It almost caught people by surprise. But I think you would make the point that it hasn't hit its record yet.
No. I mean, I have gone on the record at Bloomberg before and have said that I do not expect ETF to be approved this year. And even a week back, if you would have asked me, I would have said, no, I don't think so. I think it has been a very big political push because of the election year. And somewhere you have to say, the Republican candidate being so pro-crypto have made Democrats to really pay attention to it, that suddenly out of the blue, we have a very hushed, unprepared ETF approval. We're still waiting for the trading to happen. But the market expectations in last 2 days got built in, but it's not really there. We have not crossed 4K. ETH all-time ETH high prices were 4.4. So I feel like combination of unexpectations, combination of liquidity crunch in the traditional market. At the end of the day, the trade fi because of the global circumstances, high inflation prices, high interest rates, really there's not much more liquidity. And also the markets didn't close, the trade fi markets didn't close very well yesterday. So I think the combination of all that stuff has also dampened the liquidity on Ethereum.
Kavita, we write often that the Ethereum blockchain is the most widely commercially used. Why is that important?
I think it's the developers network, right? You can have multiple companies making the same product, but if one company is very reliable, Ethereum has been one of the first ones. It is actually the first. It has been reliable since then. It hasn't broken. It has got congested once or twice because of NFTs or meme coins, and it has really survived very well and got back. You have the biggest developer community. You have the biggest security. Most DeFi protocols, which has multi-billion-dollar asset under management, built on Ethereum, has not really got hacked from the Ethereum network side. There could be a Web2 crack out there, but not from the Ethereum side. So I think it is more about the trust, and not only the trust based on which is the best network to build, but what has really relied over time to give you the result. And I think that's why Ethereum has continued to prosper. And also the decentralization, which is very, people usually don't talk about it, but Ethereum Foundation role to stay away, just build the product and let people use it the way they want to use it, which we don't see too much in other layer 1s and layer 2s, is basically an ideal way to go about it.